Hi YouTube, welcome to another edition of HorrorHands, and for this video I'm going to be talking about Witchery. So this is a film that I've wanted to see for many years. Been kind of a hard one to find, but finally got my hands on a copy and watched it last night, and I rather enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. I don't hear very many good things about this movie at all, which is why I wanted to just come on here for a couple of minutes and just give the film a bit of a shout out. It's about a giant empty hotel on this island, which is supposedly haunted by the spirit of this evil witch. And there's a young couple that are staying in the hotel. They're doing some research into the history of the place. And then later on in the film, they're met by another group of people who come onto the island because they're prospective buyers of the property. And they end up getting stranded on the island and having to stay in the hotel overnight, and during that time a load of creepy things happen and these characters are killed off one by one by the evil witch. So it's kind of like a supernatural slasher movie. Now, one of the main criticisms I hear of the film is it's very slow and uninteresting, and it does have a little bit of a dull tone going through it. One of the worst things about this film for me is the location. It's set in a great location in terms of the empty hotel, but it's very plain and boring. It's all kind of just like white walls, not much furniture, very kind of drab. And I think they really missed an opportunity with that. If they'd have sort of done it up a bit more to look a bit creepy and gothic and a bit dark and dank, it would have really set an excellent mood and atmosphere to the film, which just is lacking and is sorely missed in this movie. But one of the things I like about the film is there are a number of quite grisly and gruesome set pieces and death scenes that happen throughout the film, which keep it interesting. One of the most memorable is a scene where a woman gets her lips stitched shut, which is a really fake looking scene. You can almost see the plastic lips being pulled off of her face. But it does kind of make you wince, and like I say, it's quite a memorable scene. And there's a few other scenes as well that are quite creative and quite gruesome. Without them, I think the film would really have been an unbearable viewing experience. It would have been too boring, but they do kind of keep the film going along. And another reason why I wanted to see this is because it stars David Hasselhoff and Linda Blair, which is a real kind of fantastically random pairing of actors. And I have to say, Linda Blair doesn't really bring much to the film. She is quite dull in it, in my opinion. But David Hasselhoff really does put in a good performance. I've got to give him credit. I liked his character. I thought he was quite believable. And he seems to just throw himself into the role, so credit to him. This is actually probably one of the best performances that I've seen him give, and one of the few where he kind of plays it straight and doesn't really play David Hasselhoff, and that was really good to see. So I really enjoyed that about the film. So yeah, overall, I thought it was an enjoyable film. It is quite dull, but yet at times it has some really good creative scenes. So a bit of a mishmash in that kind of respect. I think if they'd have just worked on the location and the hotel and the atmosphere a bit more, this would have been a lot better received. But overall, I thought it was okay. I recommend it if you're into kind of your sort of supernatural and kind of cheap, low-budget, cheesy films, but don't pay too much for it. I do see this DVD go for quite a bit of money. And finally, just a shout out to Phantom Banshee, because I saw him pick this up a few weeks ago and it spurred me to have a look for the movie and see if I could find it, which I did. So thank you for that, Phantom. So let me know if you've seen Witchery and what you thought of it. Thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.